What's up there, YouTube? Kenny here, also known as Fan85. Welcome to a special video. I just recently bought the digital deluxe edition of Horizon Zero Dawn. What I had been playing off of was a rented version, but ran into the problems with the disc. So via my wife's permission, because I just bought a brand new video card and funds are always kind of tight, we went ahead and we went ahead and bought the digital deluxe edition. So it was $10 more, but totally worth it. So what we're doing in this video is we're going to go through some of the artwork that inspired this work of art, and hopefully we're going to get a little bit of a background into how this world was created. Okay, so first and foremost, I know you guys hardly ever see the background anymore because I'm always streaming and I don't have the camera on because with the software I use, it for some reason doesn't recognize my Logitech webcam. Hopefully with the future update it will, but I'm going to apologize for the mess in the back. Been a long week, haven't had a chance to clean up the office. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go and jump into the ruins portion, and then we'll jump into Aloy and the Nora and see what we're looking at. This came with the digital deluxe edition. It's the digital art, and it just kind of shows, oh dude. Okay, so these must have been some of the towns before whatever happened. It's really cool. It's kind of cool. Obviously, you got a watering hole. This must be further progress of the decay. And then where it is now. This is when nature is taking it back. And humanity is living in, well, tribes. Probably not near as many of us as there were. This actually reminds me of a lot of The Last of Us. A little bit, except a lot more green, a lot more nature, a lot less decay. And of course we kind of have Aloy wandering through, which is really, really awesome. It looks like the metal's already kind of worked into the mountains. Alright, and now we made it to the Aloy section. Now, Aloy's got to be one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in the game. Very creative. A bit cliche in some ways, I think. She looks like she's been inspired by a lot of female leads, but at the same time, she stands alone in her character and the persona for it. I'm going to apologize for my PC ramping up in the background if you hear that. Anyway. It looks like she's been inspired, at least from my outlook. She's been inspired a bit by Merida from Brave, Lara Croft, and maybe a couple other female heroines. Female heroines, that's redundant. Heroines. Heroine leads in games. But man, she is such a cool character. And a badass. I like this. I saw this earlier. I just did a quick glance through before I decided to do this video. And this is awesome. I love this art of her. Obviously, with the look, it went a little bit of a different way in the 3D rendering. But man, this is really cool. I could totally see an animated series or maybe an online quick work cartoon using this kind of art style, and it would work. It would totally work. Different outfits. Favorite's got to be the purple, the one on the right. It's really cool. The different bows, of course, and well, weapons, because you got the spear on top, and then of course you got all the bows and the compound bow right there on the right. I don't know if any of these others qualify as a compound bow. From my understanding of bows, the ones on the left really stand for more recurve bows, and the one on the right is a composite bow, because it's actually got some technology in the mix. Wow. Well, some of the ones on the left do too, mainly the bottom two, because they have they've got little what looks like stretchers on the side, so I could be wrong. I don't know much about bow technology. Okay, now I think we're getting more into the Nora side of things, because we're starting to get into more of the nature and the people of it. Obviously there's a watcher in the background. You got a couple of watchers actually. that remind me of raptors, and I think that's what they were going for. Oh, no, there's Aloy again. What is that? Oh, is that a watcher? That looks like a watcher. It looks like she's got a pet watcher, or she's stabbed a watcher. It's kind of dark, I think. My initial impression of that. I can't tell. That's crazy. Okay, now we're getting into the Nora. The Nora, obviously, the tribe that Aloy has worked herself into because she was an outcast at birth. But she proved herself in the proving. She came first place and worked her way into the tribe, earned her way into the tribe. Obviously, this just shows you a highlight of their society. Very simple people, just like most of the tribes, except as we learn in the story, there are a little bit more to the other tribes than the Nora thought. Let's just say people have been hiding things. But you can see right here on the right, you've got a bit of a practice dummy that looks like a grazer. Grazer is kind of like a moose for the most part. It looks kind of like a type of deer. Moose, deer, whatever. It's wild animals with horns for the most part. But they will attack you. That's what I like about this game, is that there's not really any animals that run from you, aside from the small ones like otters and foxes and all that. But the machine beasts, they're the ones that will attack you. And of course, you got the beautiful background. What looks like up in this region, I'm not sure if I have the mouse on or not. No, mouse cursor not. Anyway, up in the upper left region, there's what looks like a well, which is really kind of cool. It's cool to see stuff like that still standing. I don't think that has anything to do with the Nora. I think that's just something that's still stood over time. There's another one up on the far right. Right, put my finger right there. Right there. There you go. Okay, this is Rost, of course. Rost is Aloy's adopted father. He's the one that took her in as a baby, as an outcast. He was told to raise her, but not love her. But that proved futile, because he now loves her like a daughter and would give everything for her. So, okay, so now we have Mother G, Matriarch 1. I love the whole matriarch thing. It is, I forget what it's called. It's where females lead the society. Well, a matriarch. It's a matriarchy. But usually, from my understanding, matriarchs usually have like a queen, like one single leader. But this society has multiple, and it is religion based on All Mother, who comes from the mountain. And in the mountain is a cave where they don't enter because they know that it's sacred. It's a sacred area, so nobody's been in there. And Aloy was actually trying to get in it at a part in the story, and she couldn't. But I'm not going to spoil anything for those that haven't seen it yet, but that's just a little bit of it. Ooh. So obviously this place has been a little restored. That's just what it looks like. I had a theory during one of the streams that most of this story is taking place in the U.S. I could be wrong. It could be somewhere else. But what looks like a post-apocalyptic Colorado, because of the sites. I mean, Colorado is such a beautiful state. So it's really kind of cool. There's some concept art. Ooh, banners. Look at these. Dude, they're so simple yet so cool. Alright, so the one on the right, obviously you've got a guy fighting a dino. What looks like a saber claw, Sawtooth, a Sawtooth. You've got a guy on the near the center with a shield. In the center is a beast fighting a guy barehanded. And then, of course, you have another machine in nature. And the one on the left, I think, is the Dawn of Man. So that's kind of cool. Okay, now I'm not really sure where we're at with this. But this is obviously a different tribe. Kind of cool. I like the armor. Armor's really cool. I like the boots too. You got those little pointed spikes on the bottom. I'm not sure how they utilize those, but that's kind of cool. I do like the helmets. Obviously, it looks like their society, whoever it is another matriarchal society, matriarchy. But we have yet to run into them on the stream, at least as of this recording. Now here's a different point of view. It looks like this tribe is run by a patriarch. And I'm guessing the guy on the right, the guy on the left must be the patriarch. The guy on the right is probably High Council. So that's kind of cool. Alright, now we kind of get more back into the Aloy and the land. This actually looks like first rough shots of the game before the polish was put on. That's good. That's a massive city on top. Massive. I wonder if we're going to run into that at some point. And again, judging by the flora and the fauna, I'm almost convinced this is Colorado. But again, I could be wrong. Okay. Not sure what's going on here. This looks to have kind of a Mayan influence, especially the guy on the left. Or Aztec. That's really cool. I like that armor. Dude's puffed out to the gills too. Obviously a simple soldier on the right. Got different tribal marks. Maybe rankings. One on the left is probably lower rank. One on the right is high rank. It's kind of cool. Now we get into Eclipse. Eclipse, I think, is the tribe that is the enemy in this game. Now, I'm not going to say anything because, again, I don't want to spoil anything. Their tribal mark, though, it looks like a power button. So that's kind of cool. A tall walker, they built... What are they doing? Harvesting it? They built scaffolding up to it. It looks like they're harvesting it. Interesting. Oseram, another tribe. I don't know much about it yet, but it shows you how they build. That's really cool. It shows you how they build their stuff. Of course, a village, people at work. Really, really cool structures. I like it. Their outfits. Happy people, jolly people, obviously. These guys are more of what looks like a rough and tumble crew. Oh, look at the armor, man. They're decked out. Remind me of Vikings a little bit. That's cool. And the Bannock. Okay. It seems like the Bannock, I mean, aside from little influences in the other tribes, but it looks like the Bannock may be more influenced by Native Americans when it comes to their art design. I really like it. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It looks more Native American than anything, especially with the colors. I wonder what that is behind them. That's either a very big kill or a building. Could be both. And some more art design. Whoa! Dude. Bandits. This thing was massive. Whatever the hell it was. Holy cow. So obviously bandits is just as it suggests, rogue people that steal Like kill, you know, pillage. But a character during the stream that we encountered said that bandits wait. They wait. Most of them don't come after you. They wait on trails. They wait in shadows. And they're out in the far reaches. So there's really no affiliation between the bandits, to my understanding. They're just a general group of people that have been deemed, well, bandits. Dude, yeah, I mean, look. Their garb even says it. I mean, these guys have scavenged, stolen, and they look bloodthirsty. They just want what you have, even if it is at the expense of your life. Okay, now we're getting into something. This is All Mother. It looks like this is some initial concept design for it. Really cool. This is what I was mentioning earlier about a cave inside All Mother Mountain. This is from the first of the game, when Aloy first stumbles into the cave to find everything frozen in time, essentially. And of course, you got some ruins on the bottom. And you got Aloy again. That's a sawtooth. Of course, while everybody else is running, Aloy's fighting against it. On the right, it looks like they use that for the cover work art. That's kind of cool. Okay, now I think we're getting more into the beasts of the game. So it looks like there are birds, or at least some flying. Well, flying. They probably jetpack or hover through or something. I don't see these guys being able to take off with the massive weight of their machinery parts. So there's probably some other type of propulsion. Down on the bottom left, you've got what looks like a rhino without a horn. Hopefully, because somebody's sitting with it, they're probably docile. And of course, you got the grazer up on the top left. And now you got the flat walker, tall walker. These guys are really cool. I really like that design. Beautiful art, too. Look at the way the sun's coming through on the right. That's fantastic. Okay. Well, that would be the end of it. Obviously, it gave us some glimpses into where this game came from, where the initial design came from. This game is fantastic. I was telling my wife last night, it's been a while since the game has grabbed me. As a new title has grabbed me as much as this had. Obviously, with my channel, I'm streaming a lot of Final Fantasy. I'm a long-time Final Fantasy dedicated fan. I've streamed and replayed Tomb Raider multiple times here on the channel, so that's one that grabbed me and has held me. Last of Us did the same thing. You're probably noticing a pattern here. These are mostly PlayStation games. I'm a PlayStation fanboy, as well as PC. Ark has grabbed me, but it feels good to be revived into a new game, a new world that's so beautiful. And it's just so awesome to be able to play through and enjoy. And I'm really glad to see that everybody else that's watching the streams live, and potentially, hopefully, the videos as well, is enjoying it too. So, there's that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Remember, you're awesome. And for now, I'll say salute. See ya.